Okay, the calling meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And approval of the agenda, and we do have agenda down here on here. Approval of the agenda.
I would like to add one item.
Yeah.
Usually do this, but something that we've already discussed. So under old business B, I would just like to add clarification on the deputy, and I'll go over that when we get there.
Okay. Anything else? All right. Approval of the agenda as amended. Second.
I'll second.
All righty, all in favor? Okay. And now we have public forum, and with public forum, anyone may comment on any item not on the agenda. All right. Approve the minutes of December 10th and December 21st.
So I have December 10th on the last page. For adjournment, there's no second.
Seconded by?
I didn't recognize that.
Yeah.
Actually, it was Dana that made the motion and you seconded it.
I
Sorry,
think-
so I will correct that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, second?
Second.
All in favor? Committee and board reports. Strategic Planning Committee?
You forgot the December 21st.
Oh, I'm sorry, December 21st. I thought that was for both of them.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Quite a few minutes, it's a minute, so. Thing.
I abstained, obviously, I wasn't there. I wasn't there, so I abstained.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I think I showed up about 5 minutes after their meeting was over.
Pouring rain.
Yeah. Committee and board reports. A?
Strategic Planning Committee meets on January 16th, this Wednesday, 7 p.m. here in the library.
Okay.
From 1 come on. Planning Board meets 1/17/13 at 7 p.m. in the library. This time I'd like to ask for Selectmen do board if he has a board report.
Yep. At the last meeting of December 13th, the planning board went over Bentley's campground expansion. It was conditional use. They approved that. There was a lot of discussion on farm retail operations. A lot of discussion concerning, the screening and how to measure the screening. So they kind of worked that issue. They talked a little bit about signage in the downtown business district 1. And then the maximum building sizes. They didn't get a whole lot into that because the meeting went pretty late, and that was pretty much it.
Letter C has been canceled. Or, Jack, if you would, I missed the email, the entirety of the email, but there was an emergency meeting held of the RSU board.
There was.
And so that we made the meeting on the 18th unnecessary, so that meeting has been canceled.
Well, they did meet on January 18th next meeting. They did meet on, no, last Monday was the board. It was the Thursday or Friday before. And Andrew gave the finance committee the report, they found out that the state curtailment was $281,088.50. And he and the finance director went through all of their accounts, line by line, and area by area, and came up with the areas where they will be able to cut and not have to do any laying off or serious curtailment. And that went to the board the following Monday. Did they vote? They approved that?
Yes, they did.
Of course, the problem is going to come in that when you get to the end of the school year and you end up with carry forward, that would have probably, a lot of that would have been part of your carry forward. So there will be that much less carry forward this coming fiscal year.
Zoning Board of Appeals meets January 24th, 2013 at 6 p.m. here in the library to approve the findings of fact of the January 10th, 2013 meeting. Du Bois' appeal of the code enforcement officer's notice of violation was denied. And so now they are welcome to go to Superior Court or go back to the planning board for amendment to their permit. And this next one I put on the agenda in the event that you're chomping at the bit to discuss the budget. In the event that you are not, this will be on the agenda for January 28th. I have to meet with the department heads after the news that we got that the governor is possibly going to cut revenue sharing for all municipalities. This year we budgeted $221,000 for revenue sharing. If the budget were to remain the same, losing that $221,000 would mean about a 52-cent increase per thousand of valuation for residents in the town of Arundel. I have faith that the legislature and Maine Municipal will lobby for restoring that revenue sharing. In the event they do not, we will have to discuss reserve funds and paving or the any kind of departmental offerings. So that's what I'm working on now. And I will keep you posted as I hear more about what will happen with that revenue sharing. This has happened before. It's been a threat before. We've gone to town and city managers have gone to the legislature. I believe 3 years ago we went through this as well. And as I said, I'm hopeful that the legislature will not approve this because I think that they all realize that this is just passing the taxation on from the state level to the local level.
Yeah, there's been some complaints. I think there has been some towns or cities that have sent letters to the governor or the legislator stating that they, you're just passing this down to.
Absolutely. So, is it the pleasure of the selectmen to meet on the 23rd, or would you like to discuss the budget on the 28th?
23rd is Martin Luther Day, right?
No, it's on Wednesday, the Wednesday after Martin Luther Day.
What will you have for us?
I can have the preliminary budget figures to you. As I said, it'll be 5 days ahead of the next meeting, but I've met with the department heads initially. I have to meet with the department heads again and let them know how we're going to handle this should we lose that revenue.
We'll certainly have a better idea by now.
Yes.
I just like it sounded like they were going to look at it really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get started on it.
Yeah.
Let's get over that.
All right. Then Wednesday the 23rd at 7 p.m. we'll have a meeting here in the library. I have reserved the room, so you know we can have it.
Okay. New business. EDC discussion with selectmen on recommendation for branding market study.
Gentlemen and ladies, lady and gentlemen, the floor is yours. I will give a brief, if you don't mind, I'll give a brief discussion. We had 6, I believe, proposals that met the requirements of our RFP. Several of them came in at the $25,000 mark because they had spoken to Tad and they understood where we were budget-wise. I think you'll find, and I agree, the EDC will recommend a firm that was, in my opinion, light years ahead of the others. They are very experienced, very well versed in municipal marketing and branding, and in order to get their foot in the door in the state of Maine, I believe they have offered us a wonderful price of $25,000, which was exactly what we had earmarked, and I'll let the EDC go from there. Their references are phenomenal, and I think they did a very, very good job of presenting their information.
Chairman?
Yeah.
I don't know how much more you want.
Guy with a tooth obviously has to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much more you want to hear about it, but like you said, there were several, we ended up whittling it down to 3 that we interviewed through the phone and over the internet. And out of those 3, there was really only 2 that kind of met our criteria, because one of them, for $25,000, really, they weren't offering us both the branding and the marketing, and they really were just going to do really kind of a portion of the marketing and no branding at all. So that cut us down to 2, and from there, honestly, I kind of felt that I would have been comfortable with either one of them. I think they both would have done the job that we need to get done here for the price that we have the money to spend for it. But numerically, when we broke it down, value-wise, it became pretty clear that one of them was a bit ahead of the other, and so we all voted in favor of having them proceed with them to when we do the study boards. Are there any questions you guys have?
What's the outcome of the whole process? What are they going to be doing for it, and what's the path forward to accomplish that? Have you guys got that?
Well, they have a pretty specific outline that we can give you their proposal and the breakdown for you, but they have a pretty specific outline of how they're going to accomplish the goals that we have. There's going to be meetings, there's going to be town meetings, there's going to be a pretty clear layout of they're going to provide us with data. We're going to need to provide them with some data and also some information about the town for them to be able to do their job. But the thing we liked the most, I guess, about this specific company was that they had a very specific layout, a very a timeline and a layout and a proven method of the way they've done it before. They have a formula basically, and it works, and that's why we went with them, because it was very clear what they offered to do and when they were going to do it. And every one of their references said that this company had provided everything that they said they would, and then some in most cases.
Each of those phases on that page 19, Dana, is broken down in a very detailed way in the next 5 to 10 pages. So that each phase is broken down into specific tasks, and each task is broken down into specific goals for that task. So one of the reasons that we went with them was because the proposal was so specific. The other proposal that we got that as Ira said, kind of met our specifications, but was not anywhere near as detailed as this one as to just exactly what these people were going to do.
I might also add that this company's been in business 40 years, and the significant principal of the firm will be the project manager for this account. And we know that he can get the troops going if he has to. He's a very experienced man, and I believe having him will be a real plus for us, because he can deliver what he says he will deliver. He's done it before.
Specific and measurable, are they going to be measured at the end of each of those?
Yes, there are deliverables for each of these steps of the process. What the content will be, we don't know, of course, but they have a very definite path and process to deliver both the scope of the work and to do it with a methodology that's been done before.
And the billing is done monthly based on the percentage of each task which has been accomplished. So it gives us, the study is to be done over about a 6-month period. So it gives us plenty of time to look at each phase as we go along, make sure that it has been accomplished properly before we pay them, what we've been billed.
And they were very, very understanding of municipalities that may not have buy-in to this type of process, and working through that to get that buy-in from the community to let them understand exactly why we're spending this money and exactly what it will do for the town.
Dean?
A couple of questions. So this company was an out-of-state company?
Yes.
The other one, were they out-of-state also?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I heard you mention that they were in here for 40 years.
They've been in
For
business.
40 years, at least this one. So of the 40 years, I mean, how many towns or cities have they done this type of study? I mean, is that what they do all the time, or is there?
They said they've done approximately 1,000 of this type of stuff.
Around the country.
Oh,
There's
that's
some excellent references in the back.
Yeah, there's a list of references in the back of all the municipalities that they've done.
From small towns to large cities, even states, I believe.
States,
Florida?
the state of Florida, yeah, they have a comprehensive list of work that they've completed, and I'm very happy that they offered to do our project for the price they did.
Yeah.
They only take on a workload that they can handle. We're not going to be passed off to interns and, mid-level individuals. Howard is Howard, right?
Yes, Howard.
Is the principal, and he will be the project manager, and that was one of the major concerns as we were going through the interview process, is that we would not be passed off to, some mid-level people that, and never hear from the principal again.
How far away are they?
They're in Baltimore.
Southwest Airlines flight from Baltimore to.
So,
He was excited about coming up here, though. I think he's got some family inside.
Family here, so.
He was looking forward to putting some trips up here and writing it off, I think,
Yeah, I
so.
think he's gonna write on the business trips.
No out-of-pocket charges to the town or anyone.
Yeah.
so the meetings, obviously they're gonna have to get with you guys and go through some meetings. So what are you guys gonna do, like net meeting or something to that effect, or conference calls, or how's the communication gonna happen between this company and you folks?
Well, he is gonna be coming up to do some face-to-face meetings, and we'll meet with the town and whoever wants to be here. And that was a big thing that he wants to do, is try to get some town meetings and get as many people out as possible. And we liked his answer when we asked him, how do we get people out and feed them? Provide food. So I think he was a big character. But, yeah, there'll be a lot of phone, I think, a lot of internet, and then there'll be some face-to-face as well.
As well as presentations in their report. I'm not sure there were two or one for sure, but I think there's one in the beginning or in the middle after they've done the data gathering.
That was my understanding.
There'll be a
yes.
presentation here in town, which should be publicized so we can get people here to hear what they're saying.
I have a complete copy at the office if you'd like to have a copy of that. For the group.
If I might, Ken copied me on most of the emails. I'm going to say this group did an outstanding job. They really did. Congratulations. Thank you very much. You took on a task that was nebulous at best. You made something solid out of it. But what impressed me was the exchange among the members. Even though you disagreed on some issues, you worked it out and you came to consensus and worked something out that was, I think it's going to be very good. Congratulations and thank you very much.
I would like to thank Linda for letting us use her house. Jen's not with us, but I'd like to thank Jen for providing coffee and breakfast that morning. Yes, they were a few times in bed, and I thought we might have to separate a few of the members. It was a healthy discussion, and I commend the group. I mean, they thoroughly reviewed these proposals, and thank you very much for all the work you've done.
Anything else? Look forward to more on that. Okay, then the selectmen award the contract for the branding marketing study to the Chesapeake Group in the amount of $25,000.
I make a motion, we do that.
All right, motion's been made, second.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. Any more discussion? All in favor? There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Selectmen discussion on RSU 21 cost sharing referendum vote for March 26th.
Included in your packet, the impacts of cost sharing to all the municipalities. This is a document that was produced by the business, the finance manager at the RSU as well as Superintendent Doloff. All of us in the municipalities reviewed everything. The information seems to be as accurate as humanly possible on a scale such as this. It's definitely in the best interest of the town of Arundel to get out and vote in favor of changes to cost sharing. There is a feeling at the RSU that this has got a very good chance of being passed. Even if the town of Arundel and Kennebunkport cancel each other out in their votes, Kennebunk has a large contingency, and it's the manager's feeling that Kennebunk is in favor of revising this cost-sharing formula. We're going to do everything in our power to time our mailings to try to get people out and vote on this matter, because it really does impact the town of Arundel, and it's very important that people come out and vote yes. This is one that there's just no reason whatsoever for anyone in the town of Arundel or the town of Kennebunk to vote no on, at least in my opinion. Kennebunkport, the impact is, a little bit more on the town of Kennebunkport, but I highly encourage the residents of Arundel to get out and vote yes on the revisions to cost sharing. I haven't read the question yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be a yes we're looking for, I hope. But vote in favor of reallocating the cost sharing per the revisions recommended.
I understand it's going to take, this is one of those votes that takes a 2/3 majority.
Yeah. And so I will be sending out an arrow, maybe not an arrow, but we will send a mailing out prior to this election to try to get people's interest to come out. We struggled getting people out before, but this is a real, dollars to donuts. This matters for the town of Arundel, and every single vote is going to count on this. So, spread the word, tell your neighbors, tell your friends, and I'll do everything I can to get the word out there to get people out to vote.
Any idea who had all those vote yes signs? It was on a different item, but at least it said vote yes.
I can go 7 times over again.
Yeah.
I can find that out.
I mean, a lot of them, that's all they said was vote yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we know, while we're having conversation with our Kennebunkport friends, what the actual impact will be on them, so that we can...
The Kennebunkport impact will be, the impact of the shift to a 90/10, change in their mill rate, it would be a 23-cent increase.
23 mil.
Well, 23 cents per thousand, so a $23 per $100,000 impact on residents of the town of Kennebunkport.
And that's if all the capital improvements go through right there.
That
expensive.
That's correct.
23 cents.
So the town of Arundel will be looking at a 55-cent reduction in our mill rate. Kennebunk will be looking at a 10-cent reduction in their mill rate, and Kennebunkport will be looking at a 23-cent increase in their mill rate. I'll be posting this on the website so that everybody can have it.
That's just over EPS though.
I'm sorry, yes, that is just over EPS.
Construction costs will get them up to $1.75.
Right, this is just the current
Right.
rate.
Yeah. And so...
But you're saying after the construction there, they could be impacted at all?
If the construction was approved at the levels that people...
But everybody's would go up, whether...
Oh yeah, we'll go up to about $1 million.
So there's an impact on everyone, but it definitely lessens the impact on the town of Arundel and Kennebunkport. And Kennebunkport has voted in favor of revisions to the cost sharing formula in the past. Can't guarantee they'll do the same thing this time, but this is what we're hopeful for, and this is what we need people to come out and vote on.
There's also an issue when we were having the meetings on this cost sharing. There was a big issue of fairness, and when it came to the when it came right down to it, it was Kennebunkport that proposed that the TIF districts be added back in order to bring things more in line, make things fairer. And it passed. The committee passed it, and it went to the board, and the board passed it. So right now, the only town who is affected by that is Kennebunk, because Kennebunkport and Arundel don't have any TIF districts.
Including those TIFs will add $33 million to Kennebunk's valuation as we go through these formulas to calculate what the costs are going into each town. So, and that was spearheaded by Kennebunkport.
Yeah, but it still saves Kennebunk money.
That's
Even doing that, it still saves Kennebunk money, still lowers their rate.
This will also postpone the next voting on cost sharing until 2017. And eliminate any penalties if the town of Arundel would have voted to keep ML Day open should the board of directors vote to close it. So it's a win-win for the town of Arundel. And I really hope that people come out. If we turn out that we had at the presidential election, I'd be very happy. And it's all about money, you know. This is bottom line. If you want to save money, you come out and vote in favor of it.
Yeah, because this is the majority of your tax dollars are right there.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you will, but you gotta distill this as best you can.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I just got clearance on Friday from Andrew to distribute this to the selectmen, so yes, we will, we'll break it down into something people can understand.
Okay, any more discussion?
Just a comment. I would not be surprised if there were not a fairly significant citizens movement to support getting the vote out and to educate, to supplement the education that Todd's going to be doing, and also to activate people to get out and vote. It might even be a goal of trying to get 2,000 voters out for this. May not happen, but you got to think big. So I hope it will be done in concert with Todd and supporting each other.
I see another transfer station movement coming in.
There you go. Don't live, I already told you.
But yes, everybody that walks through that door at Town Hall will be told this is the day you need to vote and this is what you need to vote and why.
Yeah, you're right. We need to have a group that, once we get this on paper, can go up to the transfer station and be there every Saturday or every Wednesday and pass out that information. Okay.
That's March 26, 2013.
All right. You might want to, in an empty space on your desk,
Yes.
take down a piece of paper and perhaps get a list of people who would be willing to go up to the transfer station on a Wednesday, certain hours, and on a Saturday to, once you get that paper done, to pass those out.
I'm thinking maybe Sam will start a flash mob.
There you
Put it
go.
up on YouTube.
Yeah.
There is a citizens group that started forming as a result of the most recent election we had. It will continue, I think, its efforts to support the town. There will be bodies, okay? Todd's Army.
Yes.
All right.
It starts with Sam and Jeff,
Yeah.
and I'm very, very sorry about the young lady in the front row. I don't remember your name.
Tracy.
And Tracy. Sorry, Tracy.
All righty. Review and sign the AP and payroll warrant.
Payroll, just AP.
Just AP, all right.
Yes, we're done.
Good night. Second.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Linda, congratulations on moving and shaking.
Oh, yeah.
They want to dance, huh?
Yeah.
You as well, Mel.
Yeah.
They get their document back.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor? We need to have an executive session pursuant to whatever to discuss a personnel matter. Oh, okay, oh, yes, good idea. Full business, we have no control weapons permits, and you had something about a clarification?
Yeah. I guess I got some confusion. So, in our last full meeting, we introduced Joyce Senard as our new contract deputy.
Yes,
So, what happened to the old contract deputy?
he's back on the road. He is covering the county. That's all I can cover in a public session. Troy showed a very strong interest for working in the town of Arundel, and it was found that he would be a very good fit, and he's been pretty busy lately. So that was a sheriff's department decision.
So, okay, so I guess that my concern is, I mean, is that our decision? I mean, do we have to, or is that strictly, I know we pay for that?
Contracts, yes. It was a process that we went through to make that happen.
Oh, I didn't realize that he was gone, so, okay.
We couldn't have Troy knows where the curve was. He's been out a couple.
Did he email you that?
No,
He did. Did he contact you?
yeah, he came out first.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So we need a motion to go into executive session at 7:30 under 1 MRS 405-6A to discuss a personnel matter.
So,
Second?
Second.
All in favor? All right.
Hang on, you're still on.
Jack is saying some of the negotiations.
Yep, that's it.